Right now, we've got the second crew there in the Moore, Oklahoma area, the suburb, of course, of Oklahoma City. 7 News reporter Jaclyn Allen drove all night long to get to Moore to give us a first-hand look at the damage and the situation there, and she joins us now live. Jaclyn.
Mitch, I want to show you some of the damage that we're talking about. This is just some of the localized damage, not even in the center of the destruction area. You can see this huge branch from this tree has just been sheared off. And if we walk around this way, you can see how big it is. And you can see that there is just debris like this. We've got insulation tied up in this all over the city. And then to give you a bigger idea of just sort of the destructionscape here, this entire neighborhood behind me, look at this. All of the windows knocked out. Some of the houses are totally leveled. Some of them just look like half of the house fell down, collapsed. It's an incredible amount of damage. And we're actually seeing some lightning and thunder here now. You can hear sirens going. I want you to come over here and take a look at this. This right here is 4th, and we are in between Western and Telephone Road. That is near where some of the worst damage is. And you can see this. This is all over the place in this city. Debris everywhere you look, just piles and piles and piles. And even in the neighborhoods that are still standing, there's a massive amount of cleanup that needs to be done. You can look down this street right here and see a little bit of what I mean. People are starting to make piles of tree branches. They're already starting to try to clean up this mess. And if you come down the road a little bit, I think it may be a little bit too far to see. I'm not sure if we can get our cord to stretch all this way. But down the road here, there are a lot of police officers, police lights. There's actually a donation center there. People are driving into town to donate goods. They're donating hand sanitizer, wet wipes, things that people need right now. And it's incredible, the amount of generosity, the amount of support there is. And it's needed because this devastation is so extreme. This is my hometown. I'm from Moore, Oklahoma. I've been talking to a lot of my friends who live here. Several people I went to high school with are talking about this on Facebook. They're talking about it on Twitter. One of my good friends from high school lost his home. Another, her parents lost their home. Fortunately, they were not hurt. And I do want to talk about those schools, the 2 schools where this is going on, Plaza Towers Elementary School and Briarwood Elementary School. I actually went to Briarwood Elementary School, and amazingly, all of the children in that school are accounted for. They all survived, and there's some incredibly heroic stories about the teachers who saved their students that are starting to come out. Several teachers were injured. And then there's Plaza Towers Elementary. That's the school that we're hearing about where there were children who died. Horrible news from that school. But we did have a little bit of easing of how horrible it was, because we found out that there are 7 children who died. But there was talk that there were many more, and we found out today that that is not the case. 7 children at that school, though, died. Such a tragedy for this town, and people are really struggling to try to deal with this and find some sort of good out of it. That's, I think, why you're seeing so many people coming to this area to donate and try to help out. People are coming together here, and we know that people in Colorado are coming to help as well. That's what's going on right here in Moore. Reporting live, I'm Jaclyn Allen, 7 News.
Jaclyn, I noticed it behind you. People are getting about well for people who don't have an extensive amount of damage. What was your experience getting back into Moore there? Was it difficult to get around, to get gasoline, for example?
I'm glad you asked me. Yes, we had some trouble because there are power outages all over the place, and I knew where some gas stations were, but they weren't open because the power is out, and it's hard to get into Moore because the stoplights aren't working. So we were sitting in traffic for a very long time, turning around, going to get gas. And I know that Russell, you just saw him reporting live, and he said, Jaclyn, if you could bring us some water, we'd appreciate it. He's a little parched out there. So it's hard to get places. Once you get someplace, you tend to have to stay there. It's typical disaster coverage. Once you get into an area, it's difficult to get in and out, get gas, get food, get water, that sort of thing. And that's why you see so many people bringing things in to try to help.
And Jaclyn, you mentioned help coming in from Colorado. The governor of Colorado, John Hickenlooper, as a matter of fact, has urged Coloradans to text donations to the Red Cross here or to go to the Red Cross website to make donations. So you've only seen a tip of the iceberg of the Colorado assistance that's headed your way.
That's great.
All right. We wish you luck in your coverage, and of
it.
course, our best wishes to your family. We know that that's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to deal with that as well.
Yeah, for everybody in the whole city there. We'll hear more from Jaclyn, also Russell, throughout the day.